Yo, what is up guys, and welcome, it's InfernoKun back with a video talking about The Walking Dead, the final season, and the fate of the series as of right now, okay? News and everything, okay? So as far as that goes, Telltale said there was going to be some news last week. Last week ended and there was no news, so as of right now we're kind of wondering what the hell is going on, okay? So as far as that goes, we have a bit of silver linings in terms of just news, because we want news, okay? So Skybound, the IP holders for The Walking Dead, are going to be doing a stream tomorrow over at NYCC. It's going to be at 2:15 p.m. I believe Eastern time, because it is in New York. So the description of that was they wanted to go ahead and discuss the future of The Walking Dead video games, okay? Obviously, you know, that would mean maybe the final season. It's not confirmed, they haven't really mentioned it at all, but you know, obviously the future of Walking Dead video games does include episodes 3 and 4 of the final season, so we might actually get some information there. They could just mean Overkill's The Walking Dead, but I'm not entirely sure. But hoping for the best here. You know, Skybound, you do own the property The Walking Dead, and it has not been completed, so it would be in the best interest for The Walking Dead property to probably shine some light on the issue at hand. I know ink might still be drying on contracts and stuff, but we'll have to see about that. Hopefully there is some news, okay? Robert Kirkman, I'm counting on you. But as far as that goes, to go ahead and jump into some rumors. Not really rumors, but more of an article coming from Kotaku, who usually has reputable sources. They have two former, I did air quotes there, but two former Telltale employees that came up to go ahead and talk to them about the future of The Walking Dead real quick. Let's go ahead and read the title. It says that Telltale is looking for a different company to hire its staff to finish The Walking Dead. And that gives me a brief sigh of relief. That's because I was very worried that The Walking Dead having a whole different team would definitely be a whole different product, because you know, having a whole new team come in and try to go ahead and make episodes 3 and 4 would definitely be a bit different, because content might get left out in terms of choices, and various different branches might get left out. So that was a concern I had, and I'm not really being too picky. Anything is better than nothing at all, so I would take what I can get. But you know, having the original team come in and be hired to go ahead and work on episodes 3 and 4 to get the original vision for the series would definitely be the best outcome for the game and for the fans, because we want to go ahead and see Clementine's story wrapped up, but preferably in the best possible way we can see it. That's what I was hoping for. So hopefully they can go ahead and contract, you know, the Telltale employees that were laid off, some of them who were most integral to the development of the season, to go ahead and work and finish up the game, have them, you know, get some work, get paid, and then have more of a financial ground to go ahead and search for a more stable, permanent job in the games industry or somewhere else. So let's go ahead and jump into this article and read some bits that I found to be the most important parts of it. So, you know, as of right now, the first one, it says that those two people also said that episode 3 of The Walking Dead, the final season, is essentially finished. In fact, they said it was scheduled for a ratings review, which traditionally happens in the final stages of a game's development, prior to being sent to platform certification and to the ESRB on the very day the mass layoffs occurred. All it still needed was a couple weeks of polish. So they were actually going to send the game for certification, or just, you know, rating for the ESRB on that very Friday they got laid off. So the episode was essentially ready in terms of just story and, you know, what content it had inside of it, and just needed a couple weeks in terms of just polish in, you know, the form of animation, I guess, and fixing bugs and just fine-tuning up the experience. So I'm surprised it was that far along, and it does line up with what the creative director said about episodes 3 and 4. He said that episode 3 was essentially finished, but it was nowhere near shippable. So this does align with what he said. And also about episode 4, they go ahead and say that episode 4 was also on its way those people said, with a first round of voice work for the main characters already recorded and a first review of a playable version planned for sometime around the end of September. The script was very strong and the whole team was excited about how we were finishing out Clem's story, one former dev told Kotaku. Episode 3 was originally planned to release on November 16th and episode 4 on December 18th. Now, that's definitely believable, okay? Episode 4 was not really too much along. They just had, voice work for, I guess, Clem, maybe 10, maybe AJ, various things like that. The main characters were recorded already, so that's definitely believable. And they were going to have a playable version done by the end of September. So episode 4 was a little bit far along than what I thought, okay? They had it a little bit playable almost, and they were going to have it playable by the end of September. So that's definitely really interesting. So about a week's worth of work, in episode 4 would have been playable to a point where you can go ahead and just do some basic stuff pretty much. So that's definitely really interesting. So that is pretty much it as far as news is concerned. Last thing I want to go ahead and say that was pretty much in the article as well that I saw to be very interesting was that what one of the former devs said about the return of the original staff was that as for who exactly might return to finish the series, one former dev told Kotaku it would ideally be the entire original team, but could also be as few as would be absolutely required to get the remaining episodes out the door. As negotiations drag on, however, it's unclear who will still be available as ex-employees race to find new jobs, okay? That definitely really is important. And last thing I want to go ahead and say was that this part of the article from one dev, they said to Kotaku that the longer the talks take, the higher the risk the people who had been making The Walking Dead would not be around to finish it. And that definitely is true. If Telltale spends, a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, maybe even a month discussing the specifics about the whole project, the original team just might go ahead and just find new jobs already, and they won't leave their new job to go ahead and finish the final season because they might not want to trust Telltale again with their life after what just happened. So maybe if they go ahead and wrap up the deal really quick, people who don't have a job still can go ahead and contract with this new company and get some work done with the final season, and then once it's all done, they can go ahead and be more financially stable as they go ahead and find a new job. So that definitely would be the more preferable outcome. So we'll have to see about that. It's all up to, basically the dealings that's happening behind the doors at Telltale and with their partners. We'll see more about it in the coming weeks, I believe. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see about that. But that's as far as I got as of right now. What do you guys think about all the information that I mentioned in this video? The article is down in the description if you guys want to read the whole thing. It's definitely a really interesting piece. So hopefully most of that does help out with us understanding what's going on. So thank you all for watching. Once again, I'm InfernoKun. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more content, more news, and content about The Walking Dead. And I'll catch you guys next time on The Walking Dead.